At a press conference in December 2014, when asked about a possible palace coup, Putin stated,
Насчет дворцовых переворотов успокойтесь, у нас нет дворцов, поэтому переворотов дворцовых быть не может.
What palaces are there really? Here is Zhukovka, 9 kilometers from Moscow along Rublyovka, the slums where the kings of state contracts, the Rotenberg brothers, judo friends, in the 90s ordinary St. Petersburg bandits, huddle. From 2008 to 2013, they received state contracts from Putin worth more than 1 trillion rubles plus the Order of Friendship Award. And here is the village of Biarritz on the Istra, a miserable shack, known among the people as Millerhof, a modest dacha acquired through years of persistent theft. And here is Gennady Timchenko, Putin's buddy, through whom 1/3 of all Russian oil exports pass. He has many shacks around the world. Here is Geneva, the shore of Lake Geneva, 2,000 square meters, a plot of 1 hectare with an underground tennis court. And this is the French Riviera. The place is called Saint Raphael, 40 kilometers from Cannes, the shack of a KGB oil trader, Timchenko's villa in Biarritz on the ocean coast of France. Biarritz, Cannes, Geneva, that's where every true patriot of Russia should have villas. And here is Vladimir Yakunin, an Orthodox Chekist and Putin's neighbor in the Dacha Cooperative Ozero near Petersburg. In 1991 to 92, his accomplice in the raw materials for food scheme in Petersburg. In general, a trusted figure. In 2005, Putin appointed him head of Russian railways. Here they are praying in church with Putin. This is the village of Akulinino, Domodedovo district of the Moscow region, the humble shack of the former head of Russian railways during the era of developed Putinism. 7 hectares, a main house of 3,000 square meters with a fur storage, a bathhouse of 1,400 square meters, and minor details, a house for the staff, a garage for 15 cars, ponds. Metrostroy was digging. In Yakunin's house, there are minimal amenities. Everything is extremely modest. A 50-meter pool, a winter garden, a prayer room. Everything is well thought out at Yakunin's villa. Prayed, went to the fur storage, counted the furs, counted, returned, lit a candle for Putin. Here is another ally of the national leader, Khan Ramzan, the Khan's palace in Grozny. What kind of Khan is without golden toilets and a collection of expensive cars? Watch closely, dear Russians. Do you recognize your taxes? And here are Putin's officials of a smaller caliber. This is Neverov, deputy chairman of the State Duma, a shack of 600 square meters on a plot of 1.6 hectares, surrounded by the huts of his fellow party members from United Russia. Or here's Shuvalov, former first deputy prime minister of the Russian Federation. Austria, the Alps, the shore of Lake Attersee, Shuvalov's humble house of 1,500 square meters, the state dacha, Zarichye 4 in Moscow. Suslov and Gromyko used to live there. Now it's no longer a state dacha. Shuvalov privatized it. Even on the fence, he hung his wrought iron monograms, an ancestral estate. How do they manage to steal so much, you ask? So much, so shamelessly, so unpunished. Here is the answer. This is Putin's palace in Praskovevka near Gelendzhik. 70 hectares of land, cost $1 billion, built on bribes, including from medical equipment deliveries to hospitals in Russia by the Petromed company. According to Sergey Kolesnikov, who fled to Western countries in 2010 as vice president of Petromed, they paid Putin a bribe of 35% off each purchase. The money went to Putin's accounts in Switzerland and Caribbean offshore. Then Putin decided to build a house on the sea with the stolen money. And here, my friends, is Ukraine, Yanukovych's villa in Mezhyhirya, near Kyiv. Like all embezzlers, Viktor Fedorovich loved building luxurious cottages. He collected luxury cars. He brought a touch of coziness to his humble little hut. Until in 2014, the Ukrainian people got tired of it. And here Putin and his whole band of tax thieves got tense. After all, what makes them better than Yanukovych? And that's when Vovan's fit of hatred toward Ukraine began. First, there was the occupation of Crimea, then the invasion by Putin's mercenaries in Donbass, and in the year 2022, it spread across the entire territory of Ukraine. The result was war, a drop in the standard of living, and an enormous increase in prices. This is Anton Tumanov from Mariel, a contract soldier of the 18th Motorized Rifle Brigade. In August 2014, he went to fight in Luhansk for 40,000 rubles. He died there at the age of 21. Their whole squad was hit by Grad missiles. Anton had no wife or children. Why did he die? For the money stolen by Rotenberg and Putin. Andrei Miroshin, a tanker from the Kantemirovskaya division. He died in the year 2014 in Donbass at the age of 20, while saving Kadyrov's golden toilet. This is Alexander Chachov, a paratrooper. In the summer of 2014, he went to Ukraine from Moscow to earn money. He was a sniper with the call sign Vampire. He drank beer and had fun. He participated in the famous siege of Shakhtersk on the 31st of July 2014, where he took sadistic photos with his friends as a memory against the backdrop of mutilated corpses of Ukrainian soldiers. He died on the 10th of December 2014 in Donetsk. Children grow up without a father. Well done, Vampire! He gave his life so that the oligarchs and the Chaika could continue to benefit from oil resources. This is Colonel Sergey Sukhariev, commander of the 331st Airborne Regiment from Kostroma. In 2014, he and his soldiers without identification or insignia entered Ukraine near Ilovaisk, where they acted as separatists and volunteers. A group of soldiers from Kostroma then fell into captivity. In captivity, they claimed that they were actually going to training and got lost in the steppes of Donbass, about 50 kilometers from the Russian border.
Наша задача была выдвинуться в колонне, в тыловом охранении. То есть мы должны были прикрывать тыл колонны. Сопроводить колонну на учения была такая задача.
In March 2022, the Kostroma paratroopers went to training again, to Kiev, where Colonel Sukhariev, his deputy, as well as several officers and soldiers of the regiment met their death. The training finally ended. What did Colonel Sukhariev and his comrades die for? These are just a few stories out of thousands. How many more people must suffer because of Putinism before it is consigned to history?